What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Blitzburg Squad. I'm Wesley Seeley, joined with Shane Smith. Week 2 in the NFL, Shane. Pick'ems, how'd we do last week?
Last week I edged you out 9-6-1. You were 8-7-1, so we both ended with a winning record.
Dang you. Well, that's all right. That's pretty good. We had a couple duds there week 1, but hopefully week 2 is a little better for us here. So, ready to get things started?
Absolutely.
All right, man, here we go. Week 2, Thursday night. Los Angeles Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs. Who you got?
What a great way to start the 2 Thursday night footballs. Super Bowl champion versus the Bills. Now a great division rival in the Chargers and the Chiefs. To me, it comes down to the pieces that were added compared to the pieces that were lost. I'm going to go Chargers in this one. Herbert always seems to give Kansas City a tough time, and they got Khalil Mack, who had 3 sacks on Sunday. He looked like he was, prime self again, and I think him and Joey Bosa are potentially going to wreak havoc on that line. I'm going to go Chargers 35, Chiefs 27.
Okay. I like it. I like Herbert. But, man, I really liked what I saw out of Mahomes in that offense against the Cardinals. So, I think I'm going to go Chiefs in this matchup. I liked what they had going on. I almost think they looked better without Hill. They were just spreading the ball really well, had a good game plan. Chargers always do give them a run for their money, but I think the Chiefs will edge them out in here in this one. I'm going to keep it high scoring. I think there's going to be a ton of offense in this game. I'm going to go 41-38.
Okay.
Sunday games, Dolphins at the Ravens.
Ravens, I thought, looked pretty good on offense. Their defense was fairly well, but it was against the Jets. They did lose a corner, and they still don't have Marcus Peters back because recovering from that ACL injury last year. Miami, I thought, looked really, really good against the Patriots, who I think their strong suit is their defense. I'm going to go Miami again in this one. I think Miami gets it done, 24, Baltimore 21.
Okay, well, I'm picking against you again because I'm going Ravens in this one. I think Ravens' offense looked really hot, and obviously I know it was against the Jets, but I think they've really been putting it together there, and they looked really smooth. And they did lose Kyle Fuller to ACL, but man, poor Ravens fans, they always lose so many people to injuries every year. And Miami, surprised me. I picked against them last year. They came out and looked really solid, and but I just think that the Baltimore defense is going to give Tua some struggles and be able to shut them down. So I'm going to go Ravens. Let's go Ravens 27 and Dolphins 17. Jets at the Browns.
I'll be surprised if we choose separately on this one. Jets looked bad. Flacco looked bad. 59 attempts to get over 300 yards. Browns didn't look great on offense with Brissett, but their running game is all that matters, and they ran the ball very, very effectively. I'm going to go Browns in this one, and I'm going to say Browns take it 31, Jets 11.
Yeah, I think Browns will take this one too. I think you're right. I think just by their running game will be enough to basically lead their offense to victory. Jets with Joe Flacco at the helm right now is just not it. Let's go Browns 28 and Jets 13. Washington Commanders at the Detroit Lions.
Commanders pulled out the win against Jacksonville. It looked kind of hit and miss at times, and whether Jacksonville's improved or the Commanders are just a hit or miss team and Carson Wentz at their helm. Lions looked a little lackey in the first half, came out and almost made the upset against the Eagles. I'm going to go Lions in this one. They seem to have a hot offense, and so I'm going to go Lions to score 35 and Washington to score 21.
Dang, okay. I'm actually going Lions as well with you. I did like what I saw, the second half push or the last minute push there to try to make it a winning game. And then Washington, I don't know. I'm just not sold. I'm really not sold if Carson Wentz is your quarterback. And I know I like the pieces around of them and in the offense, but I don't know. I like the coach for Detroit. I like the fight that they show, and I think they'll take it to Carson in this one. So give me Detroit. Let's go Detroit 34 and Washington 20. Colts at the Jaguars.
Colts had a very disappointing tie last week. And they actually cut their kicker due to the woes that he did. He had 2
I saw that.
kickoffs out of bounds, and he missed a 43-yarder. They haven't signed a new kicker yet, but hopefully their woes don't continue. Jacksonville, I thought, looked okay, but it just seems like other than Christian Kirk, their offense still wasn't quite moving how you'd like it to. I'm going to go Matty Ice and the Colts in this one. I think they rebound very nicely, and Jonathan Taylor just runs the ball ravage. I'm going to go Colts 27, Jacksonville 17.
Okay, yep. I'm going to go Colts, I think, too. I just still think they're a better team than Jacksonville in that division. And Jacksonville's, man, their rookie Walker, man, he made some heck of a play on the pick off the screen there. But I don't know if that front four is going to be enough to stop Jonathan Taylor. So give me Taylor and the Colts in this one. I won't go too exciting, but let's go 24-16. Buccaneers at the Saints.
The Saints always seem to have the Bucs number with Tom Brady at the helm, which is super, super weird because that almost never happens. New Orleans looked really, really bad against the Falcons, though, and whether that's the Falcons are better than we expected or the Saints are worse than we expected, I'm not positive on this one. Bucs didn't get a whole lot of offense going together, but their defense looked pretty stout against what I would have thought was an okay or above average Dallas Cowboys team. I don't like to bet against Tom Brady, so I'm not going to. I'm going to go Bucs in this one, but I'm going to keep it tight. I'm going to go Bucs 27, Saints 26. This time they lose by that 1 point.
Okay, all right, yep. Yeah, I think I'm right there with you, man. Same mindset. I just can't choose. I know the New Orleans Saints have given Tom Brady and the Bucs some real problems since he's entered the division. But I just can't. It's hard to pick against him. So give me Brady and the Bucs. Brady and the boys. We'll take the Bucs in this one. I think New Orleans will somehow keep it close and keep it entertaining, but I think Bucs edge it out in this one. Let's go Bucs 31, Saints 28. Carolina Panthers at the New York Jets.
Giants,
sorry. We already went over that.
Yeah, Jets are already losing to the Browns. Don't make them lose twice. I've gone back and forth because the Giants didn't look horrible, and Saquon Barkley looked like an absolute beast on Sunday. On the other side, Christian McCaffrey was back, and I didn't think he looked that great. But the Panthers started to put things together in the second half, specifically that fourth quarter. They just lost it. I think their defense is better than the Giants' defense, and I think Mayfield and them are still working through some growing pains, but I think moving in a positive direction. I'm going to go Panthers in this one. And I'm going to say that Panthers take it 27-24.
Yeah, it's funny. This matchup is really weird because I like Saquon a lot. He looks back to his old self. And McCaffrey, I still like McCaffrey. I think he's still got it in him. But it just comes down to these QBs, and it's almost like, who do you trust less? And I think for me, that's Daniel Jones. And for that reason, I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers. I think they rebound after the close loss they had. I think Baker kind of gets them back on track. McCaffrey gets rolling for him, and they do the necessary things to take the win here against the Giants. So give me Panthers. Let's go Panthers 27, Giants 20. Patriots at the Steelers.
So neither offense looked great in this one. However, ours at least looked a little bit better. We came away with some injuries. Najee says he's ready to go, but who knows for how much. Watt is out probably 6 weeks, if not a little bit longer. I'm not sure the health of the rest of the Steelers at this present point in time. However, New England's quarterback, he's going to play, but he's got some back tightness, some back issues from taking some nasty shots because that offensive line does not keep him healthy, and that's the difference maker to me. The New England D-line is stout. There's no way that their D-line is as good as our D-line, in my opinion, especially how our defense played. So I'm going to go Steelers in this one. I think it's going to be a defensive, tight, low-scoring game. I'm going to take us to do 17, New England to do 10.
Okay, that's actually the score I was thinking in my head as well. I'm going to pick the Steelers as well. I think both offenses, like you said, didn't look that hot, but Steelers' defense looked elite. And I think that's enough to give us the edge in this matchup. And being at home for our home opener, Mac Jones dealing with back spasms or whatever he's got going on. He said he wants to play, so I guess we'll see more in the week there. But give me Pitt in this one. I'm going to keep it close. I'll change my score a little bit, but I'll keep it 20-13 Steelers.
Okay.
Falcons at the Rams.
Falcons put on a pretty good showing, and again, I'm not sure if that was credit to the Falcons or discredit to the Saints. I guess we'll find out as the season wears on. Rams had a really, really, really bad showing, and I just don't see a Super Bowl champion team led by Matty Stafford to do that again. So I'm going to take Rams in this one. I think they rebound. I think they want to prove that they are still legit. So I'm going to go Rams win this one 42 to Atlanta 24.
Oh, yeah. Give me the Rams in this matchup, too. I'm not sold on the Falcons. They blew a lead just like they always do. And Rams bounce back in this one, I think, just to show that they haven't lost it completely. So let's go Rams 37 and Falcons 20. Seahawks at the 49ers.
Seahawks stunned the world by beating their old teammate Russell Wilson. I really was not expecting that. Geno Smith looked like a absolute fantastic quarterback. He was making the plays you needed to make. He was being smart, decisive with it. He was looking a bit of an elite quarterback. On the other side, Trey Lance did not look good. However, it was a monsoon. Comes down to me on defense. Seattle started having some injuries creep up on their defense as it went on. Jamal Adams took what looked to be a pretty gruesome knee injury, and he may be out long term. Niners front four is deadly. And so I think Trey Lance will rebound a little bit, but I think the Niners defense will keep Seattle at bay a little bit more. So I'm going to go Niners in this one, 21, Seattle 14.
Okay, all right. I'm going to ride the Geno train in this one and keep them rolling here. I'm going to take Seattle against the 49ers in this matchup. Division game, you don't know what's going to happen in this one, but I think it's going to be tight. It's going to be close. It's going to be hard hitting. Let's go Seattle. Let's keep it rolling. Keep them rolling with Geno Smith, and let's give them the close win, 21-20.
Okay.
Bengals at the Cowboys.
So I'm not sure if the Cowboys are bad or if the Bucs defense is just stout. And again, it's probably going to take a few weeks, especially with Dak being out 6 to 8 weeks. That's enough to say for me that Cincinnati's angry that they lost to us in the fashion that they did. Angry that they let Burrow get sacked 7 times, and Dallas does not have its all-star quarterback. It's down linemen, it's down wide receivers. Their offense is just abysmal at this time with their defense just hanging on with no real pass rushers outside of Micah Parsons. I'm going to take the Bengals to absolutely spank the Cowboys to prove that they are elite. Bengals 48, Cowboys 7.
Okay. I'm going to take the Bengals in this matchup too. I think they rebound after the crappy performance Burrow had against the Steelers. I think with Cowboys not having Dak in there is a huge mismatch for them, even being in Dallas for this matchup. Give me the Bengals, unfortunately. Let's do Bengals 37 and Dallas 17. Texans at the Broncos.
I don't see the Broncos putting up the performance that they did against Seattle again, especially at home in the home opener. Houston played better than anticipated, and I like Dougie Mills. I think their rookie running back is going to be solid. I think Brandon Cooks is pretty good, but I still think they have so many pieces missing. I think the Broncos just had an off night where their line was not that great against a better than expected pass rush. I don't think Houston has the same pass rush, so I think the Broncos rebound nicely here. I'm going to go Wilson and the Broncos 31, Houston 17.
Yeah, give me Russ and the Broncos in this matchup as well. I think Russ got a little taste of his own medicine when he heard the 12th man in Seattle there. They were having issues with communicating all night. The line was all over the place. So I think they will rebound being at home to be able to kind of collect themselves, kind of get back to it. And I like Davis Mills, but I don't think he's going to do enough to get it done against Russ at home. So let's take the Broncos in this one, 34, Texans 24. Cardinals at the Las Vegas Raiders.
Cardinals looked bad. They looked so disheveled on all facets of the game that it was an embarrassment from start to finish. I think the one shining light was James Conner for them. On the other side, the Raiders, outside of Devontae, they didn't look super, super great, but it was still a close divisional game, which you kind of sort of expect, even though there's some new pieces there. I think the Raiders end up beating the Cardinals. The Cardinals just looked so bad, and the Raiders and Devontae and Carr looked so good, at least that part of them, that I'm going to say that they ride this even better in week 2. I'm going to go Raiders 27, Arizona 13.
Oh, dang. Okay. I'm going Raiders as well in this one. Give me Devontae, give me Derek Carr, give me Jacobs. I like all those guys on that offense. I think they get it. They had a good game against the Chargers. Chargers are just a solid team. Arizona did look really rough. I think they'll rebound a little bit in this game, but not enough to get the win. So, give me the Raiders in this matchup. We'll go 31, Cardinals 24. Bears at the Packers on Sunday night.
I'd like to say that I know exactly who I'm going for. However, apparently, whenever I go for the Packers, they decide to lose. And so Chicago pulled out an upset in a monsoon. Fields looked real bad in the beginning, kind of turned it around, looked good. Green Bay just never got started. It looked like the wide receivers, especially when Lazard was ruled out early on, Sunday, that he wasn't going to play. Their wide receivers just did not know what was going on and couldn't get anything going on offense, and that led to an absolute shellacking by them. I'm going to say the Packers rebound. Aaron owns the Bears, and I think it continues, especially because Fields' line still does not protect him. I'm going to go Packers 41, Chicago 23.
I'm taking the Packers and Aaron Rodgers in this one. There's no way he loses to the Bears. And no way he loses two times in a row, right? Right?
If he does, there might be a panic button to press.
Yeah, I would say the relax thing is out the window at that point. But give me the Packers. I think they do rebound in this one. They were missing some offensive linemen. They were missing Lazard. And Bears did have a really solid victory, and I think they're going to be on their high horse after that one, but hopefully, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to bring him back down to earth after that win. So let's go Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. I'm going to really give it to the Bears here. Let's go Aaron Rodgers and the Packers 37 and Bears 17. Monday night doubleheader. We've got the Titans at the Buffalo Bills.
Titans, they end up missing a field goal. That seemed to be the theme of the week, is field goal kickers over the weekend, to lose it to the Giants. Bills, on the other hand, looked extremely dominant, and they still don't have their number one corner. They have two rookies who look solid, along with a pass rush that just did not give up. Tennessee has Henry back. I think Henry looked nice. He didn't make any of those special plays that we're used to. And I do think that they're going to keep it a little bit lower scoring because they're going to try to run with Henry quite a bit. Ultimately, I'm not going against Josh Allen and the Bills, though. They looked way too dominant in this. I think the Bills take this one 27, Tennessee 17.
Yep, give me Josh Allen and the Bills all day in this one. I really like what I saw out of them week 1, and I think they really just continue right where they left off there. I don't think they miss a beat in week 2. I think it's going to be handled by the Bills pretty well here. So I think Bills are going to take it 43, and Titans going to get 27. The later Monday night game is the Vikings at the Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles ended up pulling out a win, but they really kind of started to fall apart near the end. I felt, especially allowing the Lions to come back and make it that close. Minnesota, on the other hand, they just looked pretty well dominant from start to finish, defensively, offensively. Justin Jefferson had 184 yards. I feel like Dalvin Cook didn't even get the true workload that we know he can foster up. Kirk Cousins looked pretty solid. Adam Thielen's, looking better. I just think they got a lot of weapons. They're better than, what I thought they would have been. And so I'm going to say Vikings take the Eagles in this one. I'm going to say a high-scoring game, 45, Eagles 35.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Vikings as well. I mean, Justin Jefferson may break the receiving record this season. I mean, he's just insane. And Eagles do have a loaded team, but it makes me a little nervous how they kind of close out the last game this past week. So I'm going to take the Vikings in this one. I really like their defense as well. I'm going to keep it a little bit lower scoring. I'm going to go on the opposite end of you. I'm going to go Vikings 21 and Eagles 14.
Okay.
And that wraps it up. That's all the picks for week 2, all the games for week 2. Should be another exciting week. I think there's a lot of good matchups this week. It should be fun to watch.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was a weird week 1, but some very unexpected things that you wouldn't have expected. But it was just great to have football back. Great to see, the teams back out there. Great to walk away with a Steelers win.
Of course.
Just the weirdest one that I think I've ever seen. Whoever wins a win, and I'll take it.
That's right, exactly. Wins a win, we'll take it. All right, man. Well, I appreciate everybody for joining in, listening in, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. Thank you.
Thanks.